This man Jeff, therapist, had just cooked this whole Fresh and Fit panel. He had let us know his thoughts. He explained it perfectly. Man, let's go ahead and get into it. We don't waste too much time. Let's get it. Let's go.
Jeff,
We're comedians.
how do you feel about what he's saying? Because we have
This is
like
a
two
comedy
sides.
skit?
We
All right.
have two
So
sides of the
I'll
spectrum, right?
I'll actually answer.
We have a happily married man,
Yeah,
and then a single man that has a lot of women that he deals with.
Yeah, I'll actually answer. Number one, he's absolutely right that it's important for a man not to continually try to change and adjust for a woman because a lot of times they actually end up losing respect for that man.
Okay.
Because they start to see he's malleable, that I can make him do what he wants. I can make him do what I want based on my feelings and emotions. They want a man that's going to be a leader. Even when her emotions are good or bad, he knows what to do. So that's the first issue. Number two, that story that I gave in regards to the 70 plus women that were matching with me when I was just traveling.
Okay.
That's the reality of the market. That's the reality of the market. And it was created like that because as women started to continue to work, their desires and expectations for men went up. Now you have ladies like Sunshine over here saying they want a 1% man. And a lot of you are talking and behaving as if you want a top 1, 5, 10% man. You all are effectively in the 90%.
But what?
Just to clarify, just hear me clearly.
Yeah.
The person that's in the 90% doesn't have a lot of negotiating power over the person that's in the 1%.
Have you?
Remember,
like,
men and how do we know that?
How do you know that?
How,
Are you talking about the people here or just in general?
Okay, the people here and the people in general.
And what?
And how do we know this? Because of the attraction triggers. What you want and what I want are two totally different things. You want someone general, or maybe not you specifically, but everybody else at the table wants somebody that's taller than them. I would ideally want somebody that's shorter than me. You may want somebody that's stronger than you. I don't want to be dating a female bodybuilder. You may care about his money. I don't care about your money. So you may care about his money. I don't care about your money. So the reality is when you keep trying to have these, well, what about men and the equal this and equal that?
But
nothing that we're looking at, nothing that we're, before you respond.
100%. Hey, I want to know, you know what I'm saying? Can a woman truly respect a man she like can emotionally control? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can relate who's put themselves down in this position. You get no respect at the end of the day.
Because as you're listening, instead of trying to engage to get ready to say the next part, realize what's being said. Every point that's being made from here, and here is often about how things aren't equal and how things aren't fair.
Right.
The entire time, no matter how Myron has tried to explain it, even if I've said it in my professional way, there's a reason why it's not equal and it feels that way. It wasn't equal 5, 8 years ago when you were getting more attention than you ever could and I could barely get any.
Dick.
Okay? So you have a run where things are going to be more in your advantage.
Okay.
That happens for us after 30.
Yep.
So everything you're attracted to and I'm attracted to are often the opposite.
He just cooked right. He just said, like, women have their values at young ages, so they should take advantage. But guess what? Men have theirs after they get older. Scraps. That's why most women who reach their 30s say that all the good men are taken. That's just normal. Ambitious men know that they want families at the end of the day. Ambitious men work towards what they want, towards the end goal.
Why does it happen before you're 30?
In our prime.
Also,
Because
okay, you say it's the opposite, but
I'll pause right there and slow down right there. Why would I say that? Because an 18-year-old female and an 18-year-old male does not get the same attention in the dating market, right? Everybody is. If you ask why, it's quite obvious. Because your main product that's being offered to the market is what? Your youth and your beauty.
Yeah.
An 18-year-old man for most women in society, 25, 35, 45, 55, do they want an 18-year-old man? No.
Even if he's handsome, they don't want
him. Even if he's handsome. Flip it. So take the same exact example. An 18-year-old woman, would a 25-year-old want to deal with her? Would a 35-year-old potentially want to deal with her? So what we're saying is our attractions are different. What we're drawn to is different. Everything that we're looking for in each other. So when you're talking about your money, what's equal, what's fair, it ain't. And that's why. And the women who get it, the women who understand the difference. They were taught, they were trained, or they did what you said you were so good at earlier, the ability to observe and adjust.
Right.
If you have great observation skills, you should start screening out and looking at the women in your life, the women you follow on social media, and seeing, are they having the outcomes I want? Versus the women who are wives, or like many of you have said, this is what I want.
Well,
I would suggest you surround yourself with those types of women and start being influenced with them. Because rather than if you're arguing with men on a platform about what men want, that lets you know how far off you are.
yeah.
Damn. But he couldn't have said it any better, bro.
I'm not arguing
Now,
about
I'm saying that I'm not saying that as a direct shot to any of you.
Yeah,
I'm saying if
That-
you're going back and forth with men about what men want, and if a millionaire is telling you and a non-millionaire is telling you,
I mean,
All across
we all
board.
think the same,
Okay,
regardless
well,
of income level.
alright.
Exactly, that's all across the board. It doesn't matter what status you are as
why
a
do-
man. Why
if
do
you're
some
masculine-
men believe that changing for a woman will make her respect you or love you more? You know what I'm saying? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Has it ever worked? You know what I'm saying? Does it work? Is it happy life, happy wife? You know what I'm saying? Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments.
They do all think the same.
that's it.
I think
No, I
that
think so.
everybody wants different things, and
Oh, there
I
you go.
think
Majority of women want a man that's
Yes.
taller than them. A majority of women want a man that makes a good amount of money. A majority of women want a man that's very charismatic, that can hold a conversation. So
Okay.
although everybody may want unique, specific things, there's general things that both sexes tend to want. The majority of men want a woman that's attractive. Majority of men want a woman that's not gonna keep talking back.
Say-
That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna
what
keep
I'm
trying to
trying
get the
to
laugh.
say is,
He joked.
yes, things are not equal, but they can complement each other.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
If a man wants a woman that's shorter, the woman probably wants a man that's taller.
True.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, true
What
enough.
are we looking for? Are we looking for just looks? Are we like, what are we in relationships for?
Looks
in the
is
first
just the
place?
starting point.
I think
Like,
this is
what
a
are we in
confusion, though.
relationships
Looks
in
is
the
just the-
first place?
looks is
What is
just
the
the
point
initial
of a
track.
relationship?
The
If that's
looks
what
is
we're
just
talking
it's just
about.
what gets your foot in the door.
I think the conversation
That's it.
actually got diverted. I think the whole point of this conversation is, if you're looking for a husband, then you're not looking for the one percenter. If you're looking for a man to marry, then stop looking for the one percenter. Because if you're looking for a one percenter, you're gonna look to deal with certain things that you're just not ready to deal with. Look for a man that you want to marry. Find what is in your range that you're willing to deal with
there's one
and that
problem.
you want.
and I
then
don't
do
mean
that.
to. I know we're running on time, but when you say women don't want to look for the 1%, they shouldn't.
They don't
What
need
she-
to.
What
Why do
she
you need to be
just
a
gave,
1%?
what Sunshine just gave, is a guy that makes 80K, and is 5'10".
You're picking one
And that's
person.
above the average American
That's
income.
above
But what
average,
I'm
for sure.
but what I'm saying
But still.
is
But the man needs to make more than me, and I make nearly that. So like,
I mean,
I
at
don't-
least
what I'm-
80K.
yeah. So
Then
what
you
I'm
would-
no one is
yeah.
shitting on your standards.
No.
No,
Fine.
no.
He's simply saying, because you're being delusional about this, most women want what she wants.
Yeah.
If not
Correct.
more.
But then you have to, as a woman, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, is what I'm wanting or asking for even what I want?
Oh.
Because if you're
well,
gonna
that's using
say,
your brain, and most
That's
women don't do
realistic.
that.
okay, but if you're
unfortunately.
then you're wasting your time and your life, and
I wish.
I mean, that's realistic what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if you know what you're signing up for, then cool. But if you don't know what you're signing up for, you know what I'm saying? You can back for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't shoot for what you're looking for. If you know that you want a caliber of man, just know that comes with a certain. And then a man who works exceptionally is much more. He's most likely going to be like, you don't have to work at all. You know what I'm saying? And be quiet. Just kidding, understand.
look at yourself in the mirror and say, is what I'm wanting or asking for even what I want?
Oh.
Because if you're
Well, that's
gonna
using
say,
your brain, and most women don't do that.
okay, but if you're
unfortunately.
then you're wasting your time and your life. And
I wish
and
more of them thought this
honestly,
way. But as you can see during the course of this conversation,
But
a
if
lot of
you're a
women are
high-
we're
retarded.
trying to put the mirror
No
up
offense.
right now in this
No,
conversation.
but as a high earning woman, most men want a high earning. Like most men who are married, if you look at the median income in the household, they're married to wives who make almost the same amount.
We
of
don't give a
money.
fuck
So
about
it's-
your income, man. Holy shit. You
No.
still got the feminist propaganda plugged in you.
I've never heard of a man who marries women based off of their status. If y'all have experienced that, if you had someone who chooses women based off of status, and does that even work? Does that even last long?
Like,
No,
they
no,
don't-
I'm not
if
saying
you
that
lost your
you're-
job tomorrow, your guy would not give a fuck. He
No,
wouldn't
no,
care.
no. I'm not saying as
100%.
a 1%er you wouldn't. But what I'm saying is a guy who makes 80K, who's an engineer, and has a wife who's a nurse, who's also making close to the same.
It doesn't even matter if you're 100K, 300K. A man does not care if you work at McDonald's. Why are we having this conversation? Money has nothing to do with it. It's all across board of how men is and how women are. You know what I'm saying? Period. And a woman will lose respect for you if you change all your values and who you are just because of her. 100%.
He never made the decision to date her, deal with her, have
bro.
sex
Oh, no,
with
no,
her.
I'm not
Hold on,
saying that.
but
I'm not
that's the
saying
point
that.
I'm making. So you almost have to stop referencing women's money to understand men's perspective.
Exactly.
Your money means nothing.
Take
If
the
my
money
wife-
out of the question.
Yeah, if my wife lost her job today,
Thank you.
that would not change my feelings about her
Exactly.
now or 6 months from now. If I lost my job today, 6
gonna
months
matter.
from now, she gonna start scratching.
Yep.
Really starting to reevaluate. This is the guy for me long term, and that's a totally normal thing.
And healthy too.
It'll be a
Just
war.
by default of the fact that typically what you're actually speaking to is couples where both parties tend to make more money, especially the higher up they go in income, the less likely they are to divorce. That doesn't have any bearing on why it is he chose to stay with her. It just so happens that people who tend to make really great decisions economically, financially, and if they get together and make it past, I think it's 5 or 7 year period, they're statistically much better at staying long term than people where one person's making a certain amount and the other person's making nothing, or both people are broke.
But I'm
That's all
saying
that
the
means.
original
But
point
the
of
reason
the-
why he's staying with her, the reason why he's with her, has nothing to do with her
How
money.
much she makes.
As long as if we can establish that, then that will re-change. Because remember, you're giving advice from something you haven't done and haven't experienced yet. You haven't counseled married couples. You are not married. So when you're putting things out on the internet, over a microphone in front of other women who aren't even having what you have right now,
Yeah.
well, I'm trying
You
to
have the
tell
privilege of a higher earner.
Yeah, what I'm saying
No,
is,
no, I'm not speaking out of privilege. I'm speaking out of the origin of the conversation
Yeah.
got diverted. So we were talking about basically women being delusional and wanting a high percent earner and
Yeah.
not being able to get that because their standards are all fucked up, and then they're like, oh, I want a high percent earner, but I don't want to deal with what comes with that. That was like that was the basis of the conversation. So I was
Fair,
leading back to that.
fair. But
I'm
in
just
regards
saying
to
the
your second
conversation
piece,
got diverted.
yes, and I agree. But back to your second piece, ladies, you can work if you want to work. You can get whatever job you want to make as much money as you want. But when you saw the calculator that showed you very clearly how hard it is to find that man, I'm just basically suggesting if you find him,
I want to know what the 1% woman is.
if it doesn't
Who
exist,
cares?
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because you're not a 1% woman unless you're with a 1% man. Do you ladies understand that a woman is trying to take a man's last name? Your identity doesn't matter. Your career doesn't matter. Your background doesn't matter. All that matters is, can you get an attractive guy and have a family?
Yeah.
That's what matters. That's a woman's legacy. No one says,
My
oh
parents
man, what
have
was her career? What did she do? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. A man's last name carries on, not a woman's, for a reason. And you all want to take that man's last name.
Jay-Z?
My mom didn't take my dad's last name, and they've been together and very much in love.
Is
for as
that-
long
is
as I
that-
can
Rare
remember.
situation, almost never
Yeah.
fucking happens.
Yeah.
How old is your mom?
Yes.
She's
yeah,
45.
Comes from a different era. Women aren't doing that shit no more. They're not making it work with a guy that, oh, whatever. Like, women want a guy who's superior in every way. Does your dad make more money than her? Or at least in the beginning?
I just don't ask those questions either. That's
Okay.
You should.
There's got to be some dynamic
Why?
as to why they've been lasting for so long.
Like,
But in general, look,
I've
your,
seen that they're very
your
much in
situation
love.
is a rare situation, but women want to typically get married and take a man's last name. No one cares about a woman's last name. We don't take women's last names on. You guys want to take our last name on, which means you need to go ahead and find a guy that's better than you to take on that last name so you can be proud. No one cares about a woman's career. I'm sorry. It does not affect your ability to find a man. You lose your job tomorrow, Rolls Royce guy ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
Okay? Guy that you're with, you decide to go and say, I don't want to work no more, he's probably not going to leave you.
Done.
Right? Your guy.
Yep.
You ladies, you can work at McDonald's, you can work at McDonald's, you guys will still be able to find dates.
Yep. Right?
No, it's not changing your ability to
Right.
find a guy. But ours is. So this whole concept of like,
Bro, done, bro.
all right, man. All right. Whose question is this one? I don't know.
You
Which?
can ask whose question too.
Well, I need to know which one was a black girl so I can get rid of it.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Damn.
That's why I'm trying.
That's
The
not
black
fair.
girl, she's not here.
So why?
She had to
Aren't they
leave.
anonymous though?
Yeah, but
Anyways.
Yeah, but some girls like to say it was them
Yeah.
after.
That makes no sense. Hold on, they're anonymous, so you wouldn't even know if it was the black girls or not. So how could you get the black girls things off? I don't know about this guy. Hey, we gonna wrap it up, man. Man, the purple lip breakdown, man. Real respect don't come from bending, bro. It comes from standing for who you are, standing for what you believe in. You cannot lead nobody if you don't lead yourself. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be somebody that they don't want you to be in life, you will never win in life, bro. Stay grounded, bro. Stay authentic, and remember, bro, growth it doesn't mean changing for somebody. It means evolving with purpose. You know, it's your boy Purple Lips ABN, ain't broke no more. If this hit home for you, bro, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments, bro. Drop that 100 in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And tell me, would you change for love or stand on who you are? Let's talk about it in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Purple Lips ABN, and I'm out, man.